Good evening, everyone. Welcome to session number 2 of Rime the Frostmaiden. I'm excited. Everyone else excited? You all look pumped right now on camera. We will get to it in just a moment. But first, don't forget, one announcement we have is always check out Behold Games. Please do. They support our stream with their support, and you guys checking them out. We might be able to do a few more giveaways. So check them out and get yourself a bit of a discount. 10% discount on some select items there, as I throw the link into chat.
Nice.
Local Sydney.
Do they have shiny math rocks?
They do have very shiny math rocks. Quite a variety of shiny math rocks. Check it out.
Okay.
That's it for our announcements, I think. So let's dive right in. Previous session, our adventurers met each other on the shores of the Mare Dualden, where Grinsk Barrelbore offered them payment to retrieve knucklehead trout. Tali, a scholar travelling the region, urged the group to be cautious, warning them of a monster lurking in the lake, but also pleaded for information on the beast. Heading into the lake, the group had many failed attempts to find the beast until Tolban detonated the water below and fish along with a massive creature surfaced. The creature held a conversation with the group where they discovered that a druid had given the creature intelligence in exchange for instilling fear into the people of Bremen. Eventually, a bargain was struck whereby the group agreed to hunt down this druid in exchange for the creature not being too hard on the locals, but still keeping up appearances. Back on shore, the group acquired a small reward from Tali and 25 copper from Barrelbore, who also wanted to give everyone a round of drinks at Stone's Tavern. Leaving their company, Boz excitedly invited the others to his home for dinner, just as the nightly aurora begins to form overhead, bringing a deeper chill with it. So, the sky begins to change overhead, in distant waves of green and purple and pink, and you are all walking towards the heart of the town, the Five Tavern Centre. What would you like to do?
Well, yeah, if you guys want to get a bite, I'm sure Impa wouldn't mind. Heck, it'd be nice to give you all a nice warm Bremen welcome.
I won't say no to free food.
It's a good feed. It's a good feed.
Apologies, I have a previous engagement that I must attend to, but you'll forgive me, of course.
Ooh, of course. Beatrice?
No, I've thought about it just briefly, and I'd rather not fraternize with the crotch goblins. But I do thank you most heartily for the offer. Perhaps some other time where there are less of them.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. Jorgen, how does some nice home-cooked meal set sound to you?
Free food sounds amazing. I'm light on purse at the moment.
So, okay, well, what say we meet up for that drink a little bit later after dinner?
Why not?
Yeah, if that floats your boat, get it? Because we were fishing earlier.
Nearly sank up.
Boss, the joker. Let's eat.
Yeah.
Might even try and find a carrot.
Yeah, we'll catch you guys on the flip side. We'll meet you at the Five Taverns pub. Was it, DM?
The Stone's Tavern is one of the 5 taverns in the Five Tavern Centre.
The Stone Tavern. We'll meet you at the Stone Tavern, okay? Grey Cow, Beatrice?
What one were we? We were staying at the Buried Treasure.
We're staying at Buried Treasure.
Yeah, but there were free drinks at the Stone.
Well, that sounds...
It depends. Is it going to be that fish brew? Is that a carrot?
Well, yeah. Tolman's always got carrots. If you ever want a carrot, you just ask him.
Over here fixing my foundry because my character I leveled up in D&D Beyond, but in Foundry it's still level 1. I'm just like, no, it's got a roleplay and multitasking. I missed the carrot.
There's orange
Do you just snap one off?
Pretends he's actually a carrot.
Oh.
Oh, he's adorable.
Tobin loves carrots, as you'll find out. And so I thought I'd get him out, be a part of the game.
It's why his eyesight's so good.
Sorry, when were you planning on meeting at the Stone Tavern?
Oh, give it maybe like 2 hours. We'll have some dinner and we'll come meet you. Don't want to drink on an empty stomach. I mean, you can. You just don't have to pay as much for your alcohol.
Look,
I
it's
should
strong
be looking
alcohol.
for business by then.
Oh, very well. Well,
Fiber in your diet.
we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Come on, everybody.
Well, either way.
Okay, so while Beatrice and Grekov head off to Stone's Tavern, we'll follow Boz, Tolbin, Jorgen, and Zane down the road to House of Rome. What do they see there, Boz?
Yeah, you see, it's a modest dwelling. Not too big, enough to fit a small family. There's a little etching carved in above the door frame as you enter into the place. You can see it. It's with yellow paint on a blue background, and it just says "Believe." And it was like, well, this is Casa de Rome. That's Elvish. Well, hang on. I give me one second. I'll just make sure it's all good. And I'll quickly head inside. Impa, where you at?
I'm right here, Boz. What's up?
Oh, I just got Tolbin and some of the folks I met earlier today. It's gonna give them a bit of a Bremen welcome. Welcome to the town. We did some fishing. It was great. We made a bit of coin. Yeah. Is that all good? Yeah.
Boz, you can't just spring this on me. You did the same thing last week when you invited.
Oh, no. I'll help. Of course, I'm gonna help and stuff, and I'll get them to do dishes and stuff. And it'll be nice, like bit of hospitality. It's pretty cold out there, and they look a little bit worse for wear. You've probably seen one of them around town. That I don't know, like religious-looking fella.
Look, I usually keep me here cooking for you all the time, Boz. But
Well, no, like you love you cooking. I love you cooking, and I help.
Look,
Like it's not
just
just all on you. Okay.
bring them
All
in
right.
out of the cold. Bring them out of the cold.
Open the door back up. All right, it's going good. Come on. And
So
as
be it.
you enter,
Jorgen was doing giant Puss in Boots eyes and looking rather sorry. And as soon as you said, "Come on in," like the eyes just snapped back to normal.
as you guys walk in, you see it's you combine like kitchen, like living room area. There's a couch. Still has the blanket on it from when Tolbin stayed the night before. You probably Jorgen, as he walks through the door. I'm assuming he's probably the last in the door. As you walk in the door, you see a young half-elven child, probably maybe about 9 years old, launches out of the shadows at you. It's like, "Hiya!" Oh, hey!
Catch him with the tail and sort of swing him round.
Oh,
Give him
hey,
a smile.
that's not polite. Okay, we don't attack our guests.
It's a cozy place you have here.
Well,
Oh yeah, it's not much, but it's home. Sorry, Impa. What was
no, it's good. We do try. Sorry, I didn't catch your names. I think Boz has already introduced myself. I'm Impa. What does Impa look like, Boz? I think she's like
Oh yeah.
massive,
So,
right?
Impa, first thing you'll notice about Impa, she's very tall, almost too tall for this house. Impa is a Goliath, and like you can see the way that when she moves and stuff, like even though she's wearing like just like furs and stuff, you can tell she built. She swole. You see, well, you got Link there with all that held up with the tail. He's, a little bit pale for a half elf, but he's got those pointed ears. But even now, you can see he's like, even at a young age, he's got a little bit of muscle on him as well. And probably, Tolman would notice peeking out from behind around the side of the couch is little, half elven, half Goliath girl, also blonde hair, big blue eyes. Is Zelda, just staring at the new arrivals in the house.
As you all come in, Emperor again says to you, Boz, "Don't you did the same thing to me last week, Boz? Do you remember? You brought in a bunch of misfit foreigner types. Sorry, no offense to everyone here." And she casts a second glance at Jorgen, having not seen too many tabaxi around the place. But
they're good people. I know they eat a lot of fish, but they're good people.
How do you know? You just met us yesterday.
Well, I have a sense about these things. I can tell you good people. I mean, nobody polishes their armor that much and is a bad person.
Well,
Is this the adventuring party that Jez had before us, and he just murdered them all? And this is just round 2. We're just on the repeat. The first group didn't succeed. You guys are.
I think your wife makes a point.
And she says again, sorry, I think I missed your names. And she's still giving a bit of a sideways glance to Jorgen.
Oh, well, that's Talbin.
Yes, hi, Tolman. Good to see you again.
And you got it's Zane. Zane's on the Shana Alma, and then you got Jorgen. Well, he's the big old kitty cat.
Big old kitty cat.
Yeah. Big old blue and
to meet you, Impa.
You aren't going to believe
likewise.
this. We are out fishing today. These guys, we all talked to this monster that had speech. It was crazy. And Tobin caught a whole heck of a lot of fish.
Well, that's great. Did you bring any home for me to cook tonight?
Oh yeah. Do I have like at least one of the fishes? No, we didn't have fishes. Well, we almost had carrots too. Well, no, but we got some corn.
As Tobin walks over to Impa and just puts his arm around her waist and it's up here because she's so tall. But Impa never come empty-handed, and he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a stack of carrots, and then in the other hand he puts it into his pocket and he pulls out a whole heap of berries and just gives them to her. He's like, I know you'll be able to make something of this. You're so lovely at the stove. These people just need something warm in their bellies. I know that this is an inconvenience, but your hospitality is famous. But you know that, you lovely thing.
Help out. I mean, who knows? Either of these two could secretly be a chef. You want to help? We'll get everything all sorted out. Impa, why don't you go rest your feet and we'll take care of dinner? How about that?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. Boz, last time he tried cooking, almost burnt the place down.
Hey, it's not going to be the chili fiasco.
Very much.
But no, we can handle it. I mean, Tobin's here, and he wasn't here last time, and I'm sure he can. I'll just chop up stuff. How about that? And everyone else can do the cooking part.
All right, well, I'm letting all these strangers into my... Actually, no. You guys all sit down. I'll fix up some kind of carrot stew, I guess. Yes. With some blueberry seasoning.
So you have an offer.
Carrot and berry stew.
Yeah. So you all sit down. She goes, takes everything off to the cooking area. And she says, I would offer you all a drink, but I think Boz and Tobin, and we finished off the last of the Frostfin last night, and nothing has been refilled since last week when you brought these other foreigners home. Do you remember what happened with that, boys? Do you remember you started talking to them about Oyuminatok. It's a hard one to say. Oyuminatok.
Oh yeah, Obinato. Yeah.
Remember you started saying that? You're trying to throw me under the bus. I have not seen. I don't know what I saw when I saw chasing. You sent them off chasing a legend of Oyuminatok. They left here trying to find this mysterious Goliath werebear that is only rumored to exist.
Well, I mean, like, I wasn't trying to throw you under the bus per se. I was more that, nope, this is gonna cook. No, I'm just gonna stop this train of conversation right now because no matter how this comes out, it's gonna sound a little bit racist.
Okay.
But no, like, the werebear. I've seen a bear, but I've seen some glass. Like, sure that one of them could be him.
I don't know what I saw back then, but in any case, you sent these fine foreigners last week off to find them, and you sent them off. They went to Targos, following the trail of this Oyuminatok, and they've left us with no more whiskey. So you need to find some coin to replenish these reserves.
Yeah, well, we got some coin. We
Good.
got exactly someone else's notes would have the amount of coin that we got.
Oh yeah, I think like the person who tracks the coin should be the carrier of the purse. To be honest.
You
so
guys
Bus
got.
is carrying the coin.
It was five copper per knucklehead trout. And did we get 6?
You got 5 because someone
Yeah,
tossed
each
one
threw
back.
to pieces. So it was 25 copper.
25 copper.
But we never decided how that was actually going to be split, who was getting what. So I wrote it down as a total and like tracked the other things we got, but we never decided how that was going to be split.
In any case. So, look, I'm sorry. Zane, was it? And Jorgen?
Saying yes.
Dolben? We still have no more, or not enough, whiskey to keep you all warm this evening. But look, and she starts to serve up this carrot stew, and she's poured in some leftovers, which keeps pretty well on the ice as well. So you've got this meal of carrot stew with a bit of stuff inside of it.
I have a total metagaming question that I can't ask because I'm not there, but I would like highly suggest that someone else like inspects like the fire that she's trying to cook over to see if it's like dampened and running like low on embers, because that's a thing that's been mentioned in the last game.
I think that owl is trying to say something.
That carrot's trying to talk.
So yeah, she feeds you all. She gives herself a smaller portion and makes sure you all have like a fair share.
Oh no! I'll give her more of mine. No, I don't need all of it.
Oh, she thanks you for it. Thanks, boss. I'm just trying to be a good host.
Yeah, no, of course. You got to make sure you eat too. I mean, like without you, this house and most of the town probably wouldn't run. I mean, heck, you scared the crap out of everybody. We took talking with that dwarf down by the lake and like mentioned your name. Oh man, he damn near shit his britches.
Oh, is that Grinsk you're talking about? Oh,
Yeah. I think his name changed like twice during the last session.
No, Grinsk Barrel Boy. Yes, that's his name.
Terrible. That's why I kept changing, because it was referred to as the first name and then the last name, and I got confused. You know me, I can be confused sometimes.
Yes,
Sometimes.
he needs to be kept in check occasionally. Okay, so having your dinner, we'll just pivot across to Beatrice and Greykov. As you make your way back to Stone's Tavern, that familiar place, open your door, you see a much bigger crowd than the previous evening. Not to say the place is chock-a-block, but there's certainly more bums in seats there. And over the buzz of the guests, you see the barkeep, this big, burly human with a long black beard, fairly short hair, sort of stand up tall and look over to you, and just in this big booming, like confident voice says, "Welcome back! Great to see you again this evening. Just the two."
Please.
And he looks over at one of his staff and gives him a nod, and you're directed to a table of would seat 5, but just a table of 5 seats. And the lady guiding you across says, "Anything to eat or drink, dears? What can I get you?"
Coffee for me, please.
Have we eaten today? I don't believe we have. What is the special this evening?
We have a nice carrot soup.
I love carrots.
That's good. I'm glad you like carrots, dear.
Is there anything other than carrot?
It goes really nicely paired with a nice crusty bread that we have. And if that's not appealing to you, we do have a carrot sandwich I could put together for you.
So one might surmise then from the inordinate variety of items that you have on your menu that you might possibly be needing some kind of huntsman, woodsman, someone to go out and snare the occasional rabbit, deer, pigeon.
Wild game is so hard to come by here.
Is it?
We just need to know where to look.
And you know, dear, you know where to look.
I'll go orange. I don't look good in orange. It's not my color.
Well, I would
This is
be.
the culinary capital of the Icewind Dale.
I would be happy to go out for a jaunt to see if I could find something for you.
By all means, that would be fantastic. I can make sure your seat is warmed and your cup is full on your return.
I think we could do a better trade. Like, if it's so rare to come by, then, like, you know, if we were to bring you some on the regs while we're here, perhaps, you know, we could cut some kind of deal. It doesn't have to be payment, just, you know, a trade of sorts.
Look, I can't make the decisions. The big man behind the bar can do that kind of deal with you, but I'm sure something can be arranged.
I just yell out, "Barkeep, I have a proposition for you."
Oh, yes, already?
No, oh, not like that. Oh, God. No, you're not my type. So I see that you've mainly got carrots, and carrots are great and everything, but one might turn slightly orange after a period.
Great for your eyesight.
I've heard that that's actually a myth, but you know, whatever. Perpetuate what you will. Greykov here is quite the huntsman. How do you fancy us bringing the occasional carcass of dead animal to trade for cooked animal and beverages?
So you're telling me that if your friend over there can bring back some a deer, a rabbit, something, all you ask is that we cook it and give it back to you?
No, you can keep. I just want some of it.
Yes. By all means.
And
Yes.
You know, consider it's like the building of connections and networking and whatnot. You know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. We maintain a friendship, that kind of thing.
Oh, I understand, my dear. Your name? I feel like we should be on first name terms here.
Oh, of course. I am Beatrice. This is Greykov.
Beatrice Greykov, fantastic to meet you and see you in here for a second time. My name is Roderick Stoneheart is my name. And I think that's certainly an arrangement we can come to an agreement on.
Very well. That sounds good to me.
Well, I might give it a go tonight and see what I can bring back for you in the morning.
That would be fantastic, Greykov.
Yes, potentially, you know, if he does make quite a good thing of it, potentially we could consider, like, you know, a discount on lodgings or whatnot.
Well, for that you'll have to speak to Cora at the Buried Treasures for lodgings. But
Yes. 2 inns.
They do not have. No, they
all have separate
there's
purposes.
1 inn, 5 taverns.
yes, that's right.
They have a floor, though. I'm not seeing a problem. Yeah, I mean, like, we slept on the ground from water deep to here. I'm pretty sure that a patch of floor would do just fine.
Well, in the meantime, I'm happy to get some drinks for you now, or some carrot soup, or...
That would be delightful.
I would like carrot soup and coffee, and I have a question to you for you about these. I was wondering what you could tell me about the speaker of this town.
Speaker Shalescar. Yeah.
That's him.
That's him. And he points over to the corner, and you see an older guy, really old guy, sitting in the corner, kind of hunched over a table of 4 seats. He's the only guy sitting there you can see, but he really looks like he's in deep conversation. His hands are gesturing, he's talking. You see no one else around.
Does he get elected? Did you choose that to represent yourselves?
I mean, once upon a time we did, yes.
And there's no, like, re-election?
Unfortunately not. Not without the current speaker being... passing his time. Expiring.
Government. That's kind of like electing yourself a monarch. That's confusing. That is.
Well, it's strange. It is. What does he like to talk to?
Well, he doesn't talk a lot to make sense. He comes in here most evenings. I make sure he's fed and warm and comfortable. And then most evenings he finds his way back out the door somewhere.
So who is it that if he's like a walking sack of nonsense that actually makes the decisions around here? Like, who's actually in charge if he's just like the title?
Most of us merchants in this region, so myself and the 4 other tavern owners, sort of make sure that whatever Shalescar says is kind of we think is in the best interests of us and the rest of the town. And, of course, Cora from the inn has a say as well.
So it would definitely play to be on your best side.
Would you ask about Shaggy Man? Because I would not be able to word this correctly.
Yes. So we recently heard tale of a druid who came through these parts with very shaggy hair. And he also had like this spiky necklace around his throat. He had lots of furs. He was quite tall, and he had an unusually white pallor to his face. And he seems to have awakened a sea monster. Well, lake monster, really. And he wasn't really too much of a monster. He's kind of a bit of a dithering idiot, but, you know, he likes the fact that he can now dither to other beings. Besides the point.
Perhaps, yeah, we should just keep it to if he's seen him. Or
yes, have you? Well, like, apparently we heard tale that this druid spoke with Drawbulgoff, actually, and I was wondering if you'd potentially seen him or know anything about the situation. Apparently, your town is being punished.
Punished? Is this winter not punishment? Yeah. Yes, this we know.
Yes.
Is there further punishment that this is warranted?
Yes. So apparently that you guys weren't flagellating yourselves quite enough upon the suffering of the cold. So this druid came along and set the sea monster upon you.
I don't know much about that. This person you're speaking of, I'm pretty good with faces, but I only remember seeing them at least something of that description about town, but only on one particular day.
And how long ago was that?
Oh, gets his fingers out, starts counting. Maybe a week ago, a 10-day ago. And
right.
it was odd. It was just odd. I remember seeing a person like that just standing on the shores of the lake, just staring out for, I don't know what felt like a few hours, but no one can stay out in that cold for that long.
Yeah, it's a druid. They have ways about them. What would you say that recently your like level of fire use, like in the kitchen or like your hearth, has increased past its usual, or is it kind of much the same? Like, people have kind of been keeping that to a bare minimum. Have they been, like getting on and popping on the cheeky log on the fire, as it were?
Fires are much the same. He looks at you like this is a pretty weird question.
I'm a pretty weird lady. It's fine.
We all agreed some time ago, but that on the night of the new moon we would not light any fires. For the most part, wood is a fairly scarce
For
resource.
the most part, let's just like narrow a bit on that slip of the tongue. For the most part, it was not the whole part. Who was the not part of the whole part?
What?
So you said for the most part, most people, so most, not all,
Oh,
didn't
look.
light fires. So who was the people that did?
There was a town, I guess, a bylaw, which was came into effect the same time as this. What do I call it? Sacrifice of warmth, I guess, came into effect. That anyone caught lighting fires on the night of the new moon would just, the militia take him out and beat the shit out of them.
The militia.
Just the town people that try to run things here, but there's not that many of us. It should be pretty easy.
Is it the week? Is it the day before new moon?
It is, unfortunately, which is why it's fairly busier in here, busier than normal. People getting their last warmth and meals in without warmth tomorrow. They need to stock up.
This timing doesn't make any sense to me.
No, but I'll just say to Beatrice on the side, it could be a good day for a bonfire if you are willing to attract some attention.
Oh, you do like chaos. I mean, like I do. Do we want that kind of? We did say to that weird man, the elven man, that he was deeply concerned about not endangering his family. He was quite firm in that regard, that he preferred his family not be brought into power.
Mr. Rome.
Buzz? Something or other. I don't think that this is a problem we can solve ourselves, though.
No, I think gathered a good amount of information.
And it'd probably be wanting to know a little bit about that, I do believe. What do people normally do to not perish in the cold on the new moon?
They stay together and they stay warm by layers and layers of furs. Well, there's more than there's more than one way to stay warm, my dear. And he gives you a little wink.
I don't know what to do with that.
If you know what I mean.
I'm sure there is. Yes, there's blankets and furs and the attic where the heat rises towards and
rolling in hay.
I am not rolling in anyone's hay. Thank you. I don't know where all of you been and if you are clean. Anyway.
Well,
this has gotten mighty awkward. Let's did they say that they were coming here?
They are coming here later.
Some drinks, yes. And as
why don't we get some drinks for the crazy one, and then we'll try and like butter him up with some liquor, and maybe he'll make more sense if he's more drunk.
Or you could talk to him before you get him drunk, and then you scientifically
Oh, I do
do
like
the controls,
notes.
and then
Yes, let's do that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's at that moment you hear a familiar voice yell out to you, and you hear, "Oh, you two! Over here! Remember, I owe you guys a drink. Come over and sit." And you turn and see Barrelbore sitting at a table.
Barrel of fish, man. Oh god.
And with that, we'll pivot back to the road.
Much. It's like this audible, like, oh.
Did you say the Rome home, Jez?
I said we'll pivot back to Rome, but the Rome home
I
works.
thought you said the Rome home. I was like, that's awesome.
So,
Well, anyway, and that's how the day went. It was pretty eventful. Although I think there's a little bit more that we need to look into, and we gotta skedaddle over to the stone bar a bit later. But whilst I'm there, I'll pick us up some whiskey.
I hope so, Boz. I mean, it's the only thing we have to keep warm tomorrow night. You know that's new moon tomorrow, yes?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. No, you're right.
The furs are getting thin, and the children need that.
Just a bit of. I mean, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
The
I just see
first
this.
thing the children need that, and he's talking about the whiskey.
I mean, yeah.
No, the children need the
yeah, I know,
furs,
but-
is what I meant.
Yeah. Well, no, I understood that. I mean, it'd be crazy to give your kids whiskey.
It would.
Yeah.
What are the...
But I don't know. Maybe we might have stumbled onto something whilst we're out. Potentially lead to deal with this frost stuff. Maybe the Shaggy person seems to work for somebody. Maybe we can appeal to their better nature and be able to have fire again at night.
Well, Boz, that does sound mighty fine. But don't you get yourself into any trouble?
Oh, you know me. I ain't no trouble magnet. I mean, you and plus, you wouldn't want to mess with me. I mean, you see my mustache. It's a sign of a capable person.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that, Boz.
Hey,
It's
You
all
don't
a
mind.
mustache.
you don't mind it.
Okay.
But
Zane,
anyway, hang on. Let's I'll get to washing up, and then we'll head on out.
I
And
guess you better get
Boss
to that.
Leaves the table, and he'll grab all the plates and stuff and start washing them up.
okay. And while you're in washing up, Impa turns to Zane and Jorgen and Tolben and just says, "Is all of that true? I mean, you know how excitable, you've seen how excitable Boz can get. You all really met a talking monster in the lake?
What do you think?
I call bullshit.
So do I. Yeah.
Why does he lie?
Maybe he's just trying to impress you.
He does that a lot, I think. I'm never sure what's real and what's not anymore.
Maybe it's better if you just go along with it.
Well, I can't...
After a night on the booze, Impa wouldn't be surprised if he was telling funny stories. But look, Zane's having pulling at your leg here. We actually did see something on that lake.
Oh,
There's things going on. It's a little bit concerning.
I trust you, Torben. If you saw this creature on the lake, you spoke with this lake monster.
It got close, and we did in fact speak with it.
And you all think that this is a chance to end the winter? And end this endless frost?
This is a chance to
I think it's a
solve
start.
the problem of a druidic guy coming through looking very dramatic and causing problems out on the lake is what it's a chance to fix.
Well, any hope we have of ending this, I'm there for it. Just please, can you promise me you'll look after Boz?
Impa, you know I'm always going to look after Boz. I've got his back.
Thank you, Tobin. And Zane, Jorgen, it's been fantastic to meet you tonight, and I trust you look after my Boz as well.
Thank you
Do
for
my
your
best.
hospitality.
Jorgen, do you mind if I just feel your fur?
Oh,
I'll say yes, and I'll present a little bit of chest hair, and then immediately change my mind.
Oh,
Like, no, you can't.
the kids, the Zelda and Link are currently like, as soon as you say yes, they're straight at your tail and like playing with the tail.
Impa, roll for lice and fleas.
you can see the look of like disappointment, but understanding on her face. And she's like, maybe when you
I'm sorry,
return,
it's
Jorgen.
it's just a natural dickish habit. I want you to touch it, but I don't want you to touch it.
Anyway,
I
odd, but
understand.
Jorgen then Luke turns around and licks his own asshole.
Turn around and Jorgen's just hanging from the curtains.
Well,
Well,
All right.
I assume we
Well-
must be off.
Let's go, kids. Okay, Daddy probably won't be home before you guys go to bed, but you be good for your mama, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, you behave. Hey, Link, put him up.
you see him pull out a wooden sword, even. He's like, oh,
Oh, there he is. Okay,
I'm getting better, Dad.
so good.
And he goes-
You almost got Mr. Jorgen. You almost got him. Zelda, come here. Give Daddy a hug.
She walks over quietly and just very calmly, still very nervous about this new crowd, but does so.
Hey, as a hugger, I was like, hey, don't worry about them. They may look mean, but they're really nice. And I'll give her a kiss on the forehead and let her go. Impa, I'll see you later. You have a good night with the kids. We won't be out too late. Thank you.
Oh, that's okay, boss, but please just give forewarning if you do it again next week and bring some other friends home.
You know
And
what?
get
I
some
heard
bloody
rumors-
frostfin.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get that. And also, I heard rumors that there's like some magic that you can like send to people. It's only like 25 words, but like you can send it to people like from wherever. So if we come across that, I'll make sure that we can do that. Okay?
Well, it'd be good to hear from you occasionally, boss, outside of bringing guests over.
Yeah, of course. Well, I love you, honey. I'll see you later. And I'll give her a kiss.
Fantastic.
As-
Yeah, go
As the
Tolman.
group is leaving, sorry to interrupt you, Jez. As the group is leaving, I'm just gonna, Tolman's gonna just wander over to Impa, and just, as everyone's shuffling out the door, just a quiet word. He just, Impa, I'm always grateful for your whiskey supplying and your good bed. Look over towards where I slept last night on the couch. Make sure that you've got everything you need, and I just slip her the coin pouch that had 5 gold in it that I got last round. I've taken 2 gold out, but I just slip her 3 gold, and I just I say, just make sure you've got everything you need. Make sure the kids are sorted for tomorrow, and if you need anything, you know where the larder is at my house to get access if we're not around tomorrow. But look, I'll look after Boz. Boz will look after me, and we'll work out these other ones. But we'll make sure we all come back. We'll do it together because it's dangerous to go alone. So.
She takes the pouch, she feels what it is, and then pulls you in for a big cuddle. Oh, sorry, Tobin.
You see the crack up the spine.
You just see the spine. That's what he's doing. It's out. Well, at least I'll be warm in the cold or the internal bleeding. Thanks, Dad.
I'm sorry,
Tobin
Tobin.
just turns his back and wanders out and waves to the kids on the way.
As you all leave, Jorgen, you hear Zelda call out to you. She says, Jorgen, and just stares dead straight into your eyes and it says, you'll find what you're looking for out there. And then turns and runs back into her house.
Wait, what? What am I looking for?
And the door closes.
I shrug it off. That's nonsense.
And you all make your way to the stones, or?
Yeah, let's go.
So that was
lead the
Zelda
way.
that told me?
What's this way? Yeah, make our way. Making our way.
Okay. You find your way to Stone's Tavern. It's much busier than the previous night, as mentioned. There's laughter, there's glasses clinking, there's plates being used, and people just having a good old chit-chat and laugh in there. As the door swings open and you walk in, you see at a table fairly well in the center, just before the fireplace, you see Grinsk Barrelball in jovial conversation with Greykov and Beatrice, who look thoroughly unimpressed with being there. You see, as I mentioned before, you see an old man in the far corner who's he's got 2 empty mugs on his table and a third one in his hand. And Roderick, the barkeep, looks over at you and says, "Ha, Boz, Tobin, good to see you, my friends. And you've brought guests. Oh, the guests from last night. I saw you in here as well. Come in. What can I get you?"
Oh yeah, Bearable was going to get us a drink, and I need to get some of that white fin whiskey.
Oh, the frost fin. Yes.
That's the one. You know me, I'm very forgetful.
Indeed, he is.
You want a bottle or a glass, or what do you want of that?
Yeah, how much is one bottle? I would know that, but how much is a DM?
I would know that too. A bottle's gonna. It's 3 gold for those things, Boz.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I still got 10. I'll get two of those, so we're okay. And I'll take those 2 bottles.
Okay. Anything else? Do you guys need some feeding this evening, or just...
no. Impa done cooked us up a rat storm.
Fantastic.
But maybe the rest of them. You guys want anything else to eat?
I'm okay.
What you got cooking?
Cooking. We have the special of the day, courtesy of my friend Tobin here, is a carrot soup.
For fuck's sake. What is it with the carrots?
Always, never a problem.
We've had such a surplus supply of carrots since Tobin's moved in. It's been... we haven't had vegetables for a long time before that, so everyone's very happy with it.
Hey, I hear it's good for your eyesight. So...
I hear that too, boss.
Yeah.
Don't the dwarven folk eat it? Isn't that why they can see so far in the dark?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's what I'd heard.
But actually, we're looking for some friends. There they are. We'll get a round of drinks and we'll put it on Bearable's tab. He said he was going to shout us, so.
He just shouts out, "Bearable!" And he looks around, sort of gets acknowledgement that, "Oh yes, yep, that's all good." So for 4 more drinks on his tab, and you will find you over to the table with Jorgen and Greykov.
Howdy, guys. How's your night been? Did you guys try the carrot soup? It's to die for.
Yes, well, I had some of the soup.
Cool. Very talkative, you guys. Beatrice, why you look so sullen? Did you not enjoy the carrot soup?
She was lost for words at how good it was.
Yes, let's go with that. Yes, quite.
All right. Well,
no, at the moment, I'm in my delightful expression here is taken up with the wonderment that is the drivel that comes out of our friend's face here. I'm doing a bit of an experiment, you see. And that is, does he make any more or less sense the more you ply him with grog, alcohol, whiskey, whatever this shit is?
Are you talking about the speaker or the...
Oh, yes, that's what I thought we were doing.
Oh, no, we're talking to the guy who's bought us drinks.
Oh, right, that guy. Oh, we're still here. I thought we'd moved on. In my head, I was planning, so I thought it was reality. And I guess, like, it was that sort of an illusion inside my brain.
Zoned out.
I come back to reality, just really hope that we weren't doing this anymore.
Hey, that's all right. I get a bit confused sometimes too, Beatrice. It happens to the best of us. But maybe, you want to not drink too many more. Maybe have a glass of water so that
I haven't had any of this. I just didn't like the reality I was living in, so I substituted my own.
She's quite good at it.
Oh, well, how about that? You get the sense very quickly that when you say certain things that it goes straight over Boss's head, and he's like, okay.
Ah, yes, the simpleton. Nice.
Right.
Okay.
Well, if you guys found the speaker, is he here tonight? Or look around.
Let's write mental note. Use big words very elaborately when talking to Boz. Just. Yes, speaker over there talking garbage and nonsense.
To nobody.
To nobody.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he does that from time to time. It's his quirk.
And Barrel Boys are in front of you all, just like looking around, and goes, but my story, guys, my story. Remember, I went fishing. It was last week, and the fish I caught was this big. No joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrible, you see, but nobody cares.
Oh, but you don't understand how big this fish was.
I don't believe he's even gone fishing.
It's quite an accomplishment. It was a mighty fine fish. I remember seeing it last week. But we, you know what, Variable, we appreciate the drinks. We appreciate you giving us a shot today out there fishing. But we have to do a little bit more. But you know what? And I'll just grab like a random passerby. And I was like, hey, he hasn't heard your story. And I handle this person down.
Hello again, Gavin. It's great to see you. Do you all stand up and head off? Or is some of you still sitting put?
I'll stay for a little bit because I know that Variable likes to talk. But I motion for the others to start like stroking my mustache, but like pointing as I stroke it, like go.
That's not a mustache.
I don't need to be told twice.
That's communication.
Tolbin, as you stand up,
He was picking his nose.
Barrelball grabs you and sort of pulls you back down, and he just says in a bit of a hushed whisper, Tolbin, I'd appreciate it if word of this monster on the lake didn't go too far, if you know what I mean. Bad for business.
It might be bad for business, but we got people dying on the lake. You try to keep me quiet they're dying, or keep me quiet that we know what's out there killing them.
All right, I don't mean to piss you off. I'm just trying to save my industry.
Hey, look, we're getting it done, alright? We're not around here blabbermouthing, alright? We're just doing the things that need to be done. Got a couple of newbies running with us, but you know me. We'll get this sorted. Alright?
Alright, if you see anyone looking for work, you know where to send them, yeah?
Always.
Alright.
Chin up, mate. Chin up.
Cheers, Tom.
We got
Never
the
carry.
mafia running in Bremen.
Okay, so what's happening? You're all heading over to the speaker Shale Scout.
Yeah. I'll approach first because he probably knows my face the best and probably could. I'll say to the group as we start to approach. Like I'll head over first, get a conversation going. He probably knows me the best. Probably whatever's affecting him. At least my face. He's seen around a lot over the last 10 years. So, I mean, unless you guys have like a different tactic, I haven't really done any like interrogations. It's kind of exciting.
Well, I was just going to like ask him questions and note down the results, and then ply him with alcohol, and then note down the results. And we could do like a persuasion and be friendly, and we could write down the results, and then do an intimidation and see if that makes any difference.
And then you tell me when his throat is slit.
I mean,
And then I'll write down the results.
wait,
of that too. Sounds like a completely well-rounded kind of experiment, really.
Greykov, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but maybe don't no throat slitting whilst we're in town. Like, I know these people. I live with these people.
Simply you have to intimidate them. Maybe the threat would work better.
I mean, like, I look over at him talking to himself, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's
Technically,
gonna
I
be
think that
easy
means
to
we
talk
could
to,
keep
but
him outside of the town's
talk.
bounds, and then he'd be out of town. And then you could do the throat slitting.
oh no, how about no throat slitting at all of anybody, and then we'll go from there. How about that? Yeah.
I don't think I
I
want
find,
to.
I find if you just
I will not
talk
slit
enough, you
his
usually
throat.
get what you
I'm
want.
just joking.
Yeah.
It is humor.
Tobin looks
Yeah.
at Yorg and he's like, if you can keep these two from slitting anyone's throat, that'd be very advantageous for the group, mate. Just no throat slitting, all right? Just they put their hand to the dagger, just flick it with the old tail, would you?
Whoosh.
Do you think I have a dagger?
They have two. Do you want one?
I have like a -1 for my strength. I don't think I can use.
Well,
So
anyway,
I've got a spare axe if you want that.
yeah,
And my bow.
actually,
While Boz is getting ready, I'll just put my hand in my coat and pull out a random leaf, and I'll pass it to him. Boz, you look, we've been through lots. You trust me, don't you?
with my laugh.
Yeah. Right. This one's gonna keep your life. It's not gonna hurt you. Just eat this leaf, and you'll feel much better about things when you're chatting. All right.
It's not like that mushroom you gave me last year, is it?
I mean, it's good. It's not that type of good. That's kind of that's not
Okay.
this situation.
Okay, because that was a bit crazy, but yeah, okay. And
As he's eating it, it does nothing. But I cast guidance on him as he turns around.
all right,
I just want to see if he'll eat it.
and I'll head over to speak with the person whose name I definitely remember.
Bumble, scrap,
Excuse
goggle,
me.
scale, shape.
Yeah, Scale Shite. I'll go to speak to Dorble Bluff.
Dorble Gulf Shale Scar.
Dorble Bluff Scale Scruff.
Dorble Gruff. I'll put it in the Twitch chat.
I'm still not going to remember it.
Try as you may.
Hope I've spot that all right. Yep.
I have not seen it anywhere. But anyway, I'll make my way over. And
You're
hey, Shellscar, is that you? Oh, son of a gun! I didn't expect to run into you tonight. How you doing?
They don't want to correct it to Rouge.
Who?
It's Bospharamus.
Bospharamus.
Rome. I've been here for 10 years. You remember I got Wife Emperor, Zelda and Link, my little ones? Hey, the mustache. You remember the mustache?
He looks just so confused, like he's just turned up.
How
Hey.
big is this town?
You want a drink?
I have one, he says, and he downs the rest of it, and then he says, but now I don't.
Yeah, no worries. And I'll signal for 2 drinks to be sent over to our thingy to our table. Hey, listen. Last week, you were speaking with a guy. A person. I wasn't sure if it was a guy, but shaggy cloak, big staff. You remember that?
Did you mention the necklace with the spikes and the extremely unusual?
He had a necklace with spikes and an extremely unusual. Who's gonna watch it?
Make a
Can
persuasion
someone
check.
please.
Persuasion check.
Hey,
while
while the
this-
check's happening,
The level of incompetence is astounding.
while that
Dave,
check's happening, Tolban's just watching. He's got very high passive perception, so for a 17 passive perception, I'm just keeping an eye, just staring directly at him to see what happens while he's getting all these questions.
Okay.
With the D4, that takes it to a 17.
You're 17. He gets visibly like anxious and almost angry as he says, "Oh, horrible person, horrible. Loved the cold,
Yeah.
bitter."
I got that vibe from him too. Like, what was he after?
Again, his face just turns blank as he stands and says, "Who?"
Oh boy. Hey. Hey.
I
I'm
got
gonna
another drink.
introduce you to. Yeah. I got you that. I'm gonna
Whose are
bring over
those?
some of my friends. No, that drink's yours. This drink's mine. But I'm gonna bring over some of my friends, and we're gonna have a bit of a chat. I know how you love meeting new people, nice new people.
Who are you?
Yeah, it's Boss again, mustache. Remember that? Wife, Impa, kids, Zelda and Link. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
Talking about the Shaggy Man and how you didn't like him.
What's Shaggy Man?
Oh, with the necklace, with like the spikes and stuff, and the whatchamajig.
Oh, that was a horrible person.
Yes, he
Horrible.
was. Yeah, he had that vibe. What did he want?
Who?
Oh boy. Like just behind me, I was like, gosh, I'm not gonna need a hand.
Tolban would have seen all this and just seen the absolute confusion on his face, and it's like something's not right here. Like he can see the circle of conversation happening, right? Just gonna walk over and be like, friend. How it feels like this guy that you can't remember is. When you did remember, he didn't seem to make you feel good. Just let me check your cheek for a second. And as I kind of just gently check the side of his face, I'm just going to put my hand directly onto his cheek and cast Cure Wounds, and just see if that removes any damage or any like incantation that's been placed on him at all.
As you do that, you can see him like the radiance go into him, and he sits up a little bit for a moment before he looks up at you and says, "Who are you?" I think it's time I have to go. Yes, it's time. And he stands up and sort of tries to navigate around you all. This is a old guy trying to like hold onto chairs. He's had a few drinks, so he's a bit wobbly. But
Hang on, we're not done just yet, and I'll place a hand on his shoulder and I'll guide him back down into his seat.
Oh,
And Jorgen will.
Don't you know
revert
if
into a
you
blocking
distress the
space.
adult, if you distress the adult, you're just going to make him more agitated and potentially violent. It's probably best that you might escort him home and then question him potentially gently in his native environment. He's more likely, if you walk him through the scenario and get him to remember in his mind's eye, rather than just ask him a barrage of questions. Finesse, gentlemen, please.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about that finesse that you said. And okay, yeah, okay. As I like bring him down back to the seat. I again bring him back out of the seat. I'm like,
Sweet.
Tom, we'll walk you home. We want to make sure you get home safe.
I'm perfectly capable of getting myself home.
Of course you are. Of course you are. But let's have a carrot and a chat. You know, for good old time's sake. It'll keep you warm in the cold of the night while we don't have any fire.
We'll take our drinks with us. Isn't that right, Barky? Bring the glasses back tomorrow.
I really prefer you wouldn't there, Boz, but if you get the
flick him
shell
a
scar
silver.
home...
I flick him a silver, and I grab the shells, the frost beans, as well as I leave.
Okay. What's everyone else doing?
Following Boz outside.
Yeah, I'd be following
Tail.
balls as well, probably.
They all be their finesse self. Yeah, finesse. That's what that means, right?
Yeah.
Finesse.
Try again.
Oh, jeez. You and your big city words, your platinum words. Yeah, platinum. We don't
I
have
guess that would
vanilla
be
words.
the education. Yes.
Yeah. I guess you get that in those big cities. Yeah. All right. Let's skedaddle. Let's start walking home with the man. Well, to his house.
Jorgen will follow
yeah.
and keep some distance.
I'm just who's at the back? Like of the party, like what's our walking order?
I'd be at the back.
You'd be at the back. I'm talking to you, Ben, and anyone else who's like keeping a distance from Boz and the crazy man.
Keeping a distance, not looking to intimidate.
I think potentially at the new moon, this druid could possibly reappear. I have a little bit of a spell that I can cast to disguise myself. I've had a pretty good look at this man. We could potentially set up some kind of snare, trap, ruse.
You mean the speaker? You could make yourself look like the speaker.
Yes, that's what I mean. So, you know, like if someone did something that the druid might not like, he might come and have a bit of a...
Light a fire?
Yes.
If fires are banned,
Yes.
we don't have to do it anywhere near town.
Could have a bonfire night.
Just saying, it could be some kind of plan. I mean, it's the best I've got so far, given he's been a useless sack of crap.
We're traveling through the region, not necessarily staying in the town, and we lit a fire. We don't know the rules.
Yes. I'd say it'd be worth a shot.
Indeed.
You know, see what we learn at this guy's house, but it's like, I'm saying it's probably a good plan for tomorrow.
Whilst they discuss that, Boss is continuously, because he does not have a very high passive perception at all. He would not hear anything they're talking about, but he's like he's just continuously at the Shaggy man. He's trying to short circuit the loop that he seems to be stuck in.
Mm-hmm.
As he's walking with Doublegruff back to his house.
What can I give me a history check? I wanted to see, with advantage. I want to see if you just know where this guy lives.
History.
Colwyn, you can give me a check as well if you like.
I do like. What was that check? Sorry.
History.
Yeah, hopefully it's better than mine because I rolled a 9.
History's not my strong point, but
Just try and be less shit than a 9. Oof.
So you never really paid much attention to Salskar. You know he existed, but you don't really see him around town much. So as you're walking around, you're kind of expecting him to know the direction home to a degree. And he ends up starting to walk towards the river. To the point where he's starting to walk on the river.
Nope.
What? I need to go for a... Who are you? Let go of me. It's time for my walk.
No. We're talking about the time for your walk?
Yeah.
And I look back at... I look at Tolben, and you see the mustache twitch. It's like, I got an idea.
We feed him to the fish.
No. We're gonna.
I'm like slowly playing my swan.
We slit his throat. Is
Okay.
it time?
No. Hang on. I'm gonna walk with him.
Oh,
I'm gonna walk with him, and let's see where this goes. He might lead us to the Shaggy Man.
Or he might be a witch. He floats.
I mean, he's walking on the river, so he can't be a witch. I mean, he definitely does float, though, because he's walking on the river. No, that's because it's frozen. Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
As he's walking
Roll
along.
my eyes practically into the back of my skull.
If we have a walking order here, we got Boz at the front, we got Grey at the back, and Beatrice there. Where are Zane and Jorgen and Tolbin in that order?
Tolman
Not
be
far
right
behind.
behind Boz.
Right behind Boz,
I'll be right behind Tolan, basically.
and then
Or
Jorgen.
if not next to him. If not next to him.
Jorgen's towards the back.
So, Tolbin and Zane, Tolbin especially, you would hear as Shailskar is walking sort of deeper into where the river breaks out into the lake. Mind you, it's all frozen. A wind picks up for a moment, and you hear Shailskar just stop for a moment and say, "Oh, bitter, cold, horrible, horrible."
The weather or isn't that what you said about the druid guy that came, the Shaggy Man?
Who? Who?
Yeah. Necklace, Sparks, watch him, Jay.
Oh, cold, horrible, grey.
Oh, yeah.
Rounds.
Just habitually, Grakov, is always like he looks around to make sure no one's like following him or paying extra attention to him. So just as they're like leaving town and walking through the streets and leaving, can I keep an eye out for anyone who might be just sort of watching us? Or
Yeah, sure. Give us a perception check.
Does that work?
Yeah.
I smell combat. It's coming.
22.
22.
22. Looking around, it's just white. You're just on the bed of ice right now. You do see one or two people off in the distance in the area you came from, kind of hurrying between one place and another. One or two of them sort of stop for a moment and just look out at you, and then continue on their way.
They slit their throat. No.
So we're not headed in the direction of any part of civilization.
You guys are currently following Shailskar out onto the frozen lake.
You see Nessie. Oh, I love Nessie.
Tolwyn, give me a survival check.
Survival it is.
Oh no, you dead.
I've been around these parts, so I got a +5, so it's a total 16 for the survival check.
You get a sense that you're getting far enough out into the mouth of the river that the ice below you is getting a little thin.
Hey,
And Shailskar wants to keep walking out further. Keep saying, like, let go of me. Just let me walk.
maybe we should. Tolbin, maybe let's get a rope around him and we'll let him out a bit, but like not too far, in case if he goes under, that way we can pull him back out.
Yeah.
This is a good idea.
I've got a the thorn whip that I use for my actual action called thorn whip. I've got the like stem that is the thorn whip. I'm just going to take that out and kind of just, while he's trying to pull away, just wrap it around his wrist gently.
He says, "What are you doing?" What?
Oh, that's a friendship bracelet.
I don't
Friend.
like it.
No, we're good friends. We're good friends.
He turns around again, and like now that he's turning it right around, he sees you, Boz. He sees Tolbin. He sees Zane, Jorgen, Grey, Beatrice. He's like, Who are all you people? Why are you following me?
Oh, well, we're making sure you get where you need to go safe.
Where am I going? He's looking around, and all of a sudden, just like, what the hell is going on?
Does it feel like he's like snapped back to reality? Is it like he's like?
Did gravity have any kind of
Thank you.
Can you describe where you live, sir? We were going to take you home.
You could get out your map thing.
I drew a map of town. Can you point to where it is?
He looks at it really closely. And he just says,
Definitely one on the island.
where is that?
Oh no.
Well, you know, this could just be the problem that solves it first. If we get rid of this one, they'll elect a new one. That new one might be privy to some kind of new information.
Yeah, but then he'd be dead and we know all that. So
Well,
no.
he doesn't look like he's much use to anyone alive now, does he?
Yeah, but he ain't hurting anyone either. So
Well,
Jez, how loud was that ice cracking just then?
Loud enough. I'd like
Well,
everyone to roll a dex save, please.
oh shit.
What? We're on the ice? Damn, I wasn't paying too much attention.
can I, before we do the
Oh wait, I did the wrong roll.
the jump, can I just check his eyes to see, like, with an Arcana check to see if he's under the influence?
Oh,
of
hell
anything?
no.
Someone gonna.
Oh no.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, you can have
I forgot how heavy I was.
dexterity saving throws.
I'm going to, if
not a
I
good-
make my
not a good
dex
intel check.
reaction, cast.
Okay, Arcana checks suck.
All right. My dexterity saving throw was a 13.
Oh, damn it.
Okay. So here's what happens. Tolman. Has everyone rolled?
Indeed. Looks that way.
Logan saying
Yes.
Beatrice. Yes. Okay. The ice begins to crack underneath the heaviest of you. Probably that's going to be Jorgen, I think. And without even like a chance to realize what's happened, Jorgen goes in, straight down in. Zane being next to Jorgen falls in after him.
Put your arms
Oh, there we
out.
go.
I go in.
How deep is this?
I dive in after them.
Hold on a second.
Bad
You may not need
choice.
to.
Okay.
Let me just figure out who else is falling because I just got confused between Tolman's Arcana check and
Ooh.
Dex save.
Yes, my Arcana
sorry,
check
one
sucked.
sec.
My deck save was the goods.
Danger sense. You gain an uncanny sense of things when things nearby are, because they should be giving you an edge to allow you to dodge away from danger. Advantage on dex saving throws against effects you can see, such as traps and spells.
Yeah.
Just say that the cracking.
Okay.
is
I'll give you advantage on that.
Oh, thank God. Don't go through the water. Don't-
Given you probably
don't-
would have heard
I
or seen the
really
thing
don't want
happen.
to dive into the water if I don't have to.
It looks like I'm still going to the water though.
Oh, God.
Oh
That
no!
was with advantage.
How do you get snake eyes?
Oh fuck!
2 ones.
Oh, fuck.
DM,
Yeah.
Ouch.
DM,
Okay, I
Dude.
did.
can I cast my well, I probably can't, but I'm just gonna kind of like point randomly down into the water in various directions, trying to find like where Nessie could potentially be, and just like rapid fire cast message, being like, "Help Nessie! Help Nessie! Come and help us, please! We are going to die! You're a hit boy!"
Okay.
Is this river connected to the broader?
Yes, it is, and you're right on that connection point
Okay.
where the river meets the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, so you send out that
Sorry.
message.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yes,
As I see Jorgen fall, and I've just done the thorn whip up on Shale's arm, my hands kind of like we jiggled. I'm going to instantly kind of undo that and actually use the thorn whip to whip Jorgen. And if it hits him, I actually pull him 10 feet closer. and it's got a 30-foot range.
Okay.
So
you're saying that
up
as
to you if the order of things.
Okay, let's take a 10-minute break while I get all this shit sorted out in my head, and we'll play that out.
Okay.
All right, so 10 minutes, and everyone in chat, hang around. We'll be back shortly to see who stays cold and who stays colder.
Get ready to watch us bust that nut.
I think I'll be